This is your daily market review for Thursday, March 16th, 2023.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Thursday, March 16th, 2023. Happy March Madness basketball day. Hopefully you are surviving. Interesting day in the market. Have to be honest, blindsided by how strong the market rallied, considering we just had second and third largest bank defaults in our country and a lot going on. Again, let's talk about it. So what do we know what's going on? Fed's expanding their balance sheet by $300 billion today, trying to catch the falling knife that is the banks. The problem ultimately is something I don't think they can fix. I mean, they're trying to insure depositors. We get it. Trying to do the right things. Ultimately, what we have going on right now is it's kind of chaos. Whether it's in Europe, here, overseas, is it resolved? That's the question. I personally think it's probably not. However, this is why time is so hard. It's why people who trade options, who have tight time limits, potentially are going to struggle. So, you know, this is what it is. Volatility begets volatility. Speed goes both ways. So hopefully you're prepared mentally and emotionally. It's not easy. I get it. If you have to take stops, that's what they're for. If you have options that go to zero, sometimes that's what happens. You've got to be prepared. Now, ideally, if you have April, May options, you're going to be fine. If you're looking at the end of the next week, end of the quarter, who knows? Who knows? Because there's a lot going on. I mean, I'm seeing things to me that look more bearish than what was earlier in the week, but the reaction is the reaction. That's the thing. That's what's so hard about the market, and just trying to be patient, trading around your positions and managing it. Because again, if you think you're always going to be right, all it takes is one big bet and wrong, and you're gone. So if you're new to the channel, want to join the Discord room, link in the description below. If you're following on Twitter, please check it out. Or hit me up if you have any questions as well. Posting a lot of stuff that I'm watching that I think is interesting. I mean, yeah, this is the problem again. Money market funds versus U.S. bank deposit rates, right? Savings accounts. You know, people are taking their money out of the banks so they don't want the 0.1%. Credit default swaps for our good friend Credit Suisse, not good, continuously rising. You have Kramer coming out here saying shorting the NASDAQ is an invite to your funeral. Short this NASDAQ and invite me to your funeral. Yeah, this guy's talking junk and getting really, really aggressive. So, again, bears, bulls, whatever. You know how it is. Here you go. Here's the confirmation of the Fed balance sheet. 4 months of QE, quantitative tightening wiped out in 24 hours, essentially. So, keep in mind, if you have any questions, please reach out. Trying to drop what's pertinent. Again, market isn't rational. That's just the hardest part. People are like, oh, it should go down when this is happening. Sometimes it doesn't. And again, if you're watching, and a friend of ours in the Discord room, Roth, posted this same thing. Yeah, this is Lehman. And you rallied, then failed. So again, I have my opinions. I think this is going to just go to tighten credit. It's not going to be easily resolved. It will push us into a recession in time, but it really depends what the Feds do. So please be careful. If you're newer, back to basics. Man, plenty of stuff to learn, watch. Have the website here. If you need the link, hit me up, or it should be in the video. Let me double check that. It should be in the link description. If it's not, I will add it. I think it's definitely worth checking out because I think a lot of people could use a little bit of, there's obviously all those videos are on there just randomly dropped over time, but I tried to order and organize them for newer folks, from newest to newest to advanced. And on that note, please be thoughtful. Again, write how you feel. Talk about within yourself. Dialogue like this. Today's frustrating. Well, the market does a lot of frustrating things. Let's check the Fed watch tool. See where the Feds are at for coming up next week. Remember, right? It was around. Okay. Well, the market rising, right? Currently, they're at 4.575. It looks like they're going to go, what? The current target is 4.5. Looks like they're still looking at one rate hike. I don't think they're going to do two. That's looking like 0%, but they're still going to be raising into next week. Just so you know that. That's as of right now. Remember, download this link, cmemarketgroup.com markets and whatever. You can find it. Google.com. Bitcoin. Holding up, this range is important. Oil, absolutely hitting our downside targets, but do you want to buy it? I don't know. This is tough. I honestly would like to see the Fed pivot, but man, is today's QE a Fed pivot without a Fed pivot? I don't know. Keep an eye on this stuff. It's going to be hard. I mean, that's the problem. The biggest money is made when the things are the most difficult. And I say that not to be mean, but that's the thing. You want to buy at the lows? Well, guess what? You're probably going to be somewhere around the bottom, and you can get retest, which you should expect, but sometimes you get higher lows, right? So it's tough. Again, it's tough. People say, don't catch a falling knife. Well, at least you have references. That's the point. He's trying to use references, right? Watch the mid-60s. I personally would rather probably be a little late, but we'll see. Natural gas, same thing. Like, here you made some money. You got a nice pop. I mean, I guess when you go from 2 to 3, that's a big, that's a big move, right? 50%. Now what? I don't know. I'm kind of scared. I think it's going to chop around. I mean, scared just for the people who are holding, because the past has proven that the stuff gets into the choppy, sloppy range. All right, let's dive into the dollar. Gapped up yesterday, chopping. It's tightening up. I don't think it looks that terrible. TLT, again, rates going higher. I don't think the Feds really want that. We keep retesting the range high. Someone is selling bonds. We'll see, because they feel like they're buying them, but this makes sense ultimately. Like, if you think the Feds are going to go QE inflation and they're going to trigger more inflation, you probably don't want bonds. We'll see. This is really hard. Bond volatility is the key, right? The VIX, holy crap, ping pong. Talk about big moves. No, we never even really got up that high. That's why I think we might not be near the bottom, because the moves aren't that big. Now watch the 20-day, 100-day cross. Do we hit it maybe tomorrow? I don't know. FedEx after hours, I mean, they killed it because their fuel surcharges were great. Their cost of fuel went down. Yeah, great quarter. That's good business. Raising prices and padding your margins, and then if your input costs go down, even better for them. Congratulations. We'll see. I mean, this is big movements back and forth, y'all. SPY gets up, down, up, down. Look at today's candle. I'd watch the 20-day. We're getting pretty close, y'all. Keep it on your radar. I mean, I wish I said again, I don't try to pretend like I'm perfect. I wish I could have known this. I thought yesterday's pop, or sorry, no, what's today? Tuesday's pop was pretty solid. Look what we did. Good God. I mean, look at this move today. I mean, this is not healthy, in my opinion, unless you believe this is the bottom. And I personally don't think this is the bottom, because I think this is just a failed breakout, novice gap that goes lower in time. But again, the Feds can do what the Feds are going to do, and it can change the sentiment real quick. QQQ, look at this dog. It said watch the 304 area. Holy crap. Now we're getting back into the top end of the range, right? Could it get to 309, 310? I mean, people are running to mega caps in tech, or just tech in general. I mean, I doubt we'll get over that line. But think about like the SPY made new highs. The QQQ's been lagging. That's why I keep telling people, I'm not surprised it could rally, because a lot of people believe the Qs are more on sale than, say, the overall market. IWM definitely struggling. Gets down nearer the October lows. Rallies today. Oops, I moved my. Anyway, I'll actually. You know what? Let's pretend this is move is done and you are rallying. I'm just curious where the 0.382 would be. Or sorry, the 0.618. Okay. Nope. Let's see if this is the total down move, where the 0.382 is. Okay, it's at the 200-day. Could you get up there? Maybe. Maybe, baby. Again, this is the thing. We talk about big down moves. People don't remember this. And it's like, you consolidate back up, right? You have this. And honestly, I prefer this, because you can trade it better. The down moves that rally, that lead to lower. Just keep in mind, I mean, where is this? Do we have the same thing over OPEX last year? Yeah, look at that rally, and then held up into the end of the month, then was destruction. Could that happen again? I mean, that's always got to be back in your mind. It's always got to be in the back of your mind. But man, the way that tech is acting, it is way too easy to sell that. 24% up on AMD today. Come on. DIA below the December lows, lagging. Worth keep an eye on it. Gold. I mean, this is what's hard. Is when the next leg comes, miners get sold. Gold probably chops around. Silver's not going to act well. Gold is back up against the range highs. Keep an eye on it. You would think that if metal's really going to go. Like silver would be way up towards the 21s. It's not hit the 100-day and failing. Again, added dust yesterday. Didn't feel good about it. Defined my risk, but it's like, man, this doesn't really look that good. I mean, this looks like a head and shoulders top now. And if you don't know what miners do during like just absolute explosions and market smashes, they don't hold up well at all. Here's COVID. Here's 2008 and 2009. Like this is just and I'd be, again, end of the month. I'm curious to see where this candle is. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, again, always define your risk. Have your stops, but I trust that. No. AG hits the resistance zone, backing off. AEM flat today. Again, days when the miners should be up, they're not. Like the whole market's rallying and no one's buying miners. What the hell? Somebody knows something. Oh, they always do. Newmont down today. Yeah, I mean, in the box, could it get to the 100-day? Yeah, pass. Not acting that great. Hits the 200-day, backs off. All right, let's talk about tech because this is nuts. Like, I mean, we're in that like blow off. You know how we talk about straight line moves, high volume, high like blow off irrationality? Well, here you go. You're coming into it. Now, I wish I would have known that this was going to happen. Again, I'm not short AMD, but it's obviously a part of the SMH, which is painful, or NVIDIA, or Taiwan Semi even rallied 3% today. That's painful, right? So now you're in some resistance. I mean, you're hitting the 20-month. Again, I always love to have the monthly in the background. 20-month has been an issue. Also, just, I mean, you can see based on relative areas, I would say somewhere in like the low 90s, low to midnight. Oh, okay. Yeah. 90 to mid 90 to 100. That looks like Viva la Resistance. I would keep an eye on it. This is not, it's not healthy in my opinion, but we'll see if my health indicators are right. Taiwan Semi, again, this one's been lagging. Man, rallies right back up. Wow. Making lowers high, broke the channel. Doesn't really look that good. NVIDIA, FML. What the beep? Yikes. I mean, upgrades galore. Just, I don't even know how to chart this now. It's getting stupid. I mean, trading out of whatever 140 times next year's earnings. Chat GP3, Chat GP4, chat. Okay, maybe this is the blow off. Because again, it's riding the 20-day, clearly. And again, if you shorted this and you defined your risk, you're safe. I'm just seeing what changes if you move it to there. Yeah, this is hard. This is really hard. I mean, they got to upgrade from Morgan Stanley. Keep in mind, Buddy Pass at the highs, OPEX. Again, I'm all in short on margin on these pops, but I am not feeling good about today's action. But I'm also trying to give myself duration because I guarantee that and I've told this people, like the odds that I hit something perfectly are 1 out of 3 times. I know that for a fact, picking tops, bottoms, but usually we're close. So if you added today, I think you did the right thing, but unfortunately, it's not looking like the right thing. Intel, we'll just kind of go through, getting back up here into the box of chop box. Could it get to the 200-day? Maybe. SMH rallied 4%. Wow. You know, I'm just saying wow, like just in my brain. Here you go. People, you could argue this is starting an uptrend. I personally don't think so because, again, I don't see how credit contraction, all the stuff that's going on in the world ends as of yesterday or today. So there will be some drop and retest, but at some point, people, layoffs, tech, everything that's going on, it affects tech. I mean, everything I'm hearing from people in the tech sector are like, this is not good. And throw on the banking crisis, now it's like, ugh. And now, again, remember, this has reverberations down the road. Lehman fails, then Goldman Sachs, and then Bear Stearns fails later. Like, it's not always one, like, the domino falls one right after another. Adobe had earnings, rallied, dropped, and then rallied. 200-day. Again, this thing is just, I mean, these names just don't really not really getting me excited about either way. A lot of chop action. Apple, painful. Man, back to 156. You got to be kidding me, right? Felt really good, taking some profits down. Now it rallies back. Shorted that, felt good about it, added back. Man, a little early, I guess. 0.618. Please be done. If not, just define your risk. Again, this is frustrating. I get it. Amazon, man, just in a wide, sloppy chop base. I don't know. CRM popped a couple bucks. You would think with Adobe would be up more, but it's gone from 170 up to 187. I mean, this is these are some solid moves, y'all. These are some solid moves. So if you're trading around at hot stuff. Guggenheim, wow, look at ChatGPT 4. It's the future. Everyone's gonna have, again, AI everywhere. It's gonna be free, but whatever. 200 days incoming. Straight line moves will get sold. Keep that in mind. They typically do. Meta, the whole TikTok stuff is just out of control now. Whether they sell or not sell, I mean, I don't even know how to explain it at a certain point. It's like it doesn't matter. Ultimately, I think it's just headline news. Headline news. We're getting over some lower areas, but keep in mind, I mean, that's why I tell people, like, these names have reason why they can rocket more is because they've gotten smoked more. So someone looks at this from the long-term perspective and goes, well, stock was at 380. I should buy it now at 200. It's still cheap, right? They think like that. So you got to remember that. So not surprised that they're able to pump this higher. I mean, this is all just on Meta, on TikTok ban, which, again, I don't think TikTok is going to get banned. I told you guys they're investing $1.5 billion into making their technology more friendly for the United States, a.k.a. greasing politicians, is my guess. Microsoft, holy, I mean, I say this like, holy, like, wow. I mean, I saw this happen, but then we look at the charts. 276. Okay. Double top, potentially. NDAQ, this thing didn't do crap today. Nice little ex-dividend day. Wow, you got paid 20 cents. Nice yield. Watch it. I mean, again, I'd love to see that thing pop to flop. MicroStrategy chopping around. Couldn't get over the recent highs. Netflix, my alarm did go off on this one. 310, and then it hits the 20-day, 100-day. I mean, this thing has been a dog, rallying up a little bit. Question mark. Roblox, man, got over the 43 area, right? Back near the highs. Worth a watch. Good old Tesla. Should be up like $5-10. It's not. Keep an eye on it. All right, commodities. All right, so this is where it's confusing, right? Don't you think X should be up $3? Or not $3, but like $2. 200-day double bottom, maybe. Nucor. Right? Outside reversal candle. No, you didn't really close into the previous one. So again, maybe it ends up being that. Who knows? But it's only finished up 61 cents. Caterpillar, you think would be like flying 7 8 points. No, it doesn't really look that good. Again, global growth, not really feeling that hot, huh? VALE, 200-day, chopping. Arrow, 27. I mean, God, it's 27 cents. Again, it just doesn't really look that stellar. CCJ, this thing's been dead, blew out. I mean, now it hits 100, 200-day, fails. Again, this is hard. I mean, again, it's like all tech. It is literally all tech. CF, been blasted. Come on down, daddy. Mosaic, flat today. Again, market's up huge. These names, nowhere. Commodities, no love. NTR, chopping, nothing. AA Aeron, up $1. I think this is down. Yeah, it was down early, closed high. Doesn't really look that good. Well, let's go look at financials, right? Like, they should have been up 3, 4, 5%. No, they're up 2%. Okay. I mean, it's not a straight line move down, y'all, but interesting action, right? There's still support there. I still think you're going to go lower because I think you're just opening a can of worms. JP Morgan, you would think on all this great news, this thing would be up by like $7, $8. I think it's to be at 135. No. Made a new low today and a new high off the bottom. That's an outside. That's one of those large candles. You don't know. You need more information. Morgan Stanley, same thing. You would think this would be, you would think this would be up in the 90s. Well, we'll see. Holding maybe a 2-day. Watch the 2-day range. Clearly, man, that's a long wick. Goldman up a whopping $2. Again, this is why we have to be evidence-based and we need more evidence. But something is telling me that when you look at the financials, the market's not really that excited about what they did. The market just seems to be like chasing tech. So commodities, tech, let's go look at your favorite friend, solar, right? TAN. Lower low. ENPH, man, this thing was breaking 200 at one point. Chopping. Sedge, wow. It's closing it low at 20 points. Something's wrong there. First Solar, right? Chopping around. Doesn't really look that strong. I know it's frustrating. Let's see what happens. Hope you have time. And then end it with oil and gas, right? Like, oil should have been up like $3 or $4. No, double bottom maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Nat gas chopping around. Chop, chop. Nothing really going on. XOP, we talked about breaking down, and it hit the next box, whatever, box of fun. I know there's a lot of them, but it's right there is the big one, 110. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to, 2-day range, pretty clear. Clear as mud. No, it's pretty obvious. ExxonMobil, right? Shouldn't it be up like $1 or $2? Maybe. No. Makes a new low. Can't get over the 200-day. I don't know. Worth the watch. Occidental, Buffett's buying more. Cool. This thing's been absolutely, just bleeding slowly. Kiss of death. Man, that's tough to know. Needs to hold this box of fun. PXD. Hey, I'm still alive today. Makes new lows. Rallies back. Yeah, I don't know. EQT up 5% today. There you go. That's one. But, man, this chart doesn't really look that. It just looks like a choppy, sloppy mess. Let's end it with Flex LNG. Yeah, okay. This is tough. Again, I try to explain to people, like, you can follow all of the biggest, smartest gurus out there, but you still have to execute. And the hardest thing about trading is it doesn't always make sense. And I tell this to people constantly, all the time. And just there's an art to this and a luck. And especially if you're trading options, right? Because like if you're getting straight line moves and then you're trying to take profits and you're trying to trade quickly, you need one direction only, right? To really profit huge. Or if you're trying to scalp it, that's fine too. I understand that. But you know what I mean? Like you got to be smart in the sense that, what's the best way to describe it? Like the market's going to catch people offside at some point. And maybe you had the bears and the bulls this week, You had, again, and now this is the thing. I still don't think you bottom because there's way too much excitement. Like, do you really think this is the bottom with the VIX in the 29s? Like, this is the end of it all? Like, with the market's figured it out? Tough to know, y'all. This is the hardest thing, though, right? Like, you're going to see, if this feels like 2018 when they raised rates and then the next meeting they cut them, that led to a monster down move. We'll see what happens here. Because that's my biggest concern now at this point is like, all right, does the higher the market holds up, because we showed you the Fed fund futures like target, like, or what they're expecting. They're expecting a quarter point rate hike next week. Does that just set the market off? Because this is the problem here, is banks are not paying interest. If you try to go to the bank, you cannot get your cash out. I've told this to people, like, I tried to go get $25,000 out. They said 4 weeks. I was like, how about 10? They're like, come back in 10 days. I'm like, and this was before the crisis, because I kind of sensed some things were funny in the market. Again, my spidey sense, as they call it, or whatever. And again, recommending Marcus for a high yield savings account, 4.75% introductory rate for 3 months, then 3.75 after that. Hit me up if you want the link, because if you just sign up on your own, they'll give you 3.75. It's a nice, it's good to like share the bonus codes, and then you can share it with other people. And if you share it, you can add on, like, so it's a 3-month promo. Well, every one you share, you get another 3 months. And so I like the app because there's no fees. You can move $100,000 or less in 24 hours or less. It's easy to connect to your bank accounts. And the promotion, after the promotion, it's 3.75. And then they have early exit CDs. They have decent, very competitive CD rates. Again, I don't need all my money at a bank. Either way, it's not accessible. So I trust it, at least where hopefully it's at. And Goldman, again, I've always said that if Goldman starts to go belly up, Buffett's sitting there with $120 billion in cash. I'm pretty sure he can bail them out and would be incentivized too. Same thing probably with Bank of America, Wells Fargo. He does have some donkey banks, though. But anyway, let me know how I can help. And again, if you get frustrated with the action, trust me, I'm not sitting here like, oh, that was great, I love today. No, there was definitely some pain inflicted today, and that's just part of trading. So, but this is the problem, and ultimately what you have to figure out is how you manage your risk, how you define it, and how you react when things don't go your way. Because you ask why, sometimes it's too late, and that's what I'll end on. Like, sometimes the why does not provide itself until after the move happens, and then when the move does happen, you figure out why. Is that buy the rumor, sell the news? You don't know. Okay. Talk to you guys later. Have a great night. Reach out if you have any questions. Appreciate you guys.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.